Here we are again. Constant Brandon Aiyuk talk, but we're not going to start with Brandon Aiyuk. We're going to start with our boy Jamar Chase, who is currently not at practice right now, which is a revelation because this man was at least showing up and holding in. Now he's not even at practice, meaning either there's some sort of excuse, we'll find out later, something that the media doesn't know, something that everybody's going to be able to speculate on for quite a while before we have any sort of reason for his absence. But right now we have nothing to go on other than he's now taking a different stance and angle to this thing as we get closer and closer to the season. The Bengals dropping the ball, which is opening doors for Jermaine Burton and Yoshi Voss, two wide receivers that I really like this year in a cuffing fashion in best ball. But you have these guys getting opportunities, so that's good. They get kind of fast-tracked and they get thrown to the fire. But the Bengals are dropping the ball. The Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb are dropping the ball. And, of course, the Niners have dropped the ball how many times this offseason, awaiting this man who, according to this report, still prefers to play in a 49er uniform. This coming from Adam Schefter and Garofalo and Schefter on a split screen on ESPN earlier where Shefty was breaking it down. And the word is that he does and prefers to stay in San Francisco. An offer has been extended by the Niners. But we've got confusing mixed messages because the last time we heard from Brandon Aiyuk, he said there are two options on the table. I don't know if you guys remember this exact situation here where this comment from Brandon Aiyuk on this Instagram post, I believe it was, where he said, Niners be in the media every day, LOL. It's two options out there. Pick one and stop dropping reports, simple. We had this translated by Raj and the boys. I asked him, I said, what does this mean? Because I know I'm pretty in tune with what the kids are saying these days, but this I didn't quite know. I didn't know what we're doing with the simple thing. I like it. If someone calls in and says, Smitty, I'm worried about Kyron getting his job taken, I'm saying, why you worried, simple? I don't know if that's wise to say that to somebody. I don't know. It sounds good. It sounds kind of like, like got him in a way. Simple.
Got him.
So anyway, but if you read this real carefully, pick one and stop dropping reports, simple. Two options out there. Well, the two options out there are staying in San Francisco, offer on the table, 49ers. That's what Schefter's saying, or Rappaport's saying, that there's an offer by the Niners that Aiyuk hasn't accepted. I don't think that might be the other way around. It might be a counter offer by Aiyuk and his team based on what Aiyuk is saying, or accept the darn Steelers trade. We've countered. The Niners sent a trade proposal. This is what I'm gathering anyway. Niners sent a trade proposal, simple, okay, and then sent that, and Aiyuk, according to this report, probably had his team send back a counter, and the Niners have been sitting on it. This is what I'm thinking. The Niners have been sitting. This is at least how I'm breaking it down. The Niners have been sitting on it because they sent him an offer, and he's saying, stop dropping reports, simple. There are two options on the table. There are two options on the table, and it was the Niners sending the offer, then Aiyuk would have either accepted or rejected it. So it's Steelers or Niners. Reportedly wants to stay. This is madness. It's madness. And this is the longest intro that we've had all week. The Fantasy Football Show. CeeDee Lamb. Deebo Samuel to the moon if the Steeler thing happens. Brandon Aiyuk dragging his feet. Niners dragging his feet. Dragging their feet. Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
A couple of questionable comments already from some of you guys. What's this, Sean? What's it, Sean? Been telling you since February they're going to make a deal. LOL. What? What is this? What is this? First of all, nothing's done yet, son. Second, like, what do you mean this has been all over the place. It's teeter-tottering on whether Aiyuk's getting traded to the Steelers or the Niners pressing a button, and you've been telling us? I don't think so. We tell you, Sean. We tell you.
Mashed potatoes.
You don't tell us, we tell you. Give me a coffee, Sean. Goodness gracious, some of you. Unbelievable attempt to try and take a victory lap on a situation that's still pending that you didn't call Shiat on, bro. What are we doing? And then we got another one from Garrett. Garrett, what are we doing here, Garrett? What do you mean, Garrett? Why is Jamar Chase not at practice bad? Well, unless he's got a dentist appointment that he didn't clear with anybody, him not being at practice is pretty damn bad considering he's holding in and now he may be holding out. That's the assumption that a lot of people are making, Garrett. I'm not saying there isn't some sort of excuse, but it's being reported all over that Jamar Chase, here it is, right here, Garrett. Jamar Chase was not at practice today amid a contract saga. So, Garrett, you tell me, does this look like a man that's at the dentist? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. If he's at the dentist, we'll all take a lap in the news world. But if he's not, you're going to the dentist. All right, so, again, piecing together everything, I just think that if Aiyuk's the one telling everyone there's two options, and the two options are that he wants to stay in San Francisco, and the report that somehow, some way, this report right here from Schefter that happened earlier today says right here, the Steelers and the Niners have a deal on a potential trade to Pittsburgh and is in a good place with Aiyuk on the contract, according to sources. If San Francisco gives the final sign-off, it's a done deal. Then the second bullet point says San Francisco has an offer out to Aiyuk on a long-term deal for him to stay. He hasn't accepted. What I'm trying to say is I think, playing detective, that there's been a counter. Because Aiyuk's talked about the two options. Pick one and stop dropping reports, simple. I think his team countered, and I think the Niners didn't respond, is what my guess is. My assessment is they didn't respond. Aiyuk said, Simple. Hey, Simple. Hello, Simple. McFly. I sent you another offer, Simple. Check your fax machine, John. There's other news. Not everything revolves around Aiyuk, believe it or not. Here's this report here. Marquise Hollywood Brown is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with the SC joint injury, and this is going to be problematic for him because Xavier Worthy's looking better every day. Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, as much as we worried earlier in the offseason about this guy getting suspended, we always said this could be he could get the Alvin Kamara treatment where it gets pushed to the next year, and if it does, then the door is wide open. Hollywood Brown was a problem for Rashee Rice and potentially for Xavier Worthy. Now Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice are a problem for Hollywood Brown. The tables turn. This is adjust and adapt season, and it's not too early to jump on the Worthy and Rice train, and this includes us. Not all the time do we conduct all of the trains. I will not sit here and pretend that I've been conducting or organizing the Xavier Worthy train. I have not. I'm admitting that right now. But if I can slip on this train, you know, I conduct a lot of trains. I travel quite a bit and have a lot of people travel on my accommodations. But I think it's time that I jump on somebody else's and let me relax. Get me a coffee. Let me relax in the back, and you take me on a little train ride. And this train ride, Xavier Worthy and also Rashee Rice, sounds pretty good right now for a quarterback that I predict to throw at least 40 to 45 touchdowns and score a total of 50 scores, because let me tell you something. The best 4 picks in all of fantasy football are right in front of your face with a Mahomes, a Kyron Williams, a Jalen Hurts, an AR5, and an Achane. Now, I might adjust this one. I love AR5. I love him, but there are a couple players that are feeling like maybe they could bump him off the best 5 picks in fantasy football. I think I said best 4. It's now best 5. We've altered this to the best 5. I got to even change my title of that because I keep reading best 4. Here's best 5. Smitty always has 5 top 4 guys. I always have 6 top 5 guys. I'm known for it. I don't run from it. I don't pretend to not understand the joke. Smitty has 6 top 5 guys. Smitty has 11 top 10 guys. It's the way it is. It's my show. I can do it if I want. But Mahomes is going absolute crazy. Dropping monster wads all over. Guess who's benefiting? Worthy and Rice. And Kelsey and Pacheco, of course. But I'm loving the value right now of Xavier Worthy. McCarthy to have knee surgery. We had a little bit of an update from Schefter today saying that, it could go 2 directions, that if they get in there and they've got to do more extensive surgery, he could be done for the year. That's possible, but he also could still have a more major repair and still maybe come back. It's not like he'd be for sure done for the year. It depends on the severity of it. So that's been tossed around a little bit. They're going in. They're going to trim the meniscus. I talked about this earlier. Meniscus is a very, very tough situation for a knee. And some cases, especially if there's a repair that needs to be done, you're better off actually clean tearing your ACL. Usually when you tear your ACL in football, you have all kinds of peripheral damages. That knee's going left and right. You're crunching meniscus. You're tearing it. You're stretching the LCL or the MCL, or you're tearing the ACL, the PCL. You're smashing that meniscus in a corner. You're having meniscus tear most times in an ACL tear in football anyway. So it sucks because you're getting hit with the ACL, and then you got meniscus tear on top of that. But if it is an actual tear that requires repairing, then you're talking about some major long-term concerns that may not brew for a few years, but it does have an onset of arthritis quicker. Meniscus is awful. It just depends if it's a small little snippage where they just cut it. And like I said, you kind of liken it to maybe you're one of those nail-biting, disgusting finger chewers, and you're just chewing on your finger. Stop doing that, by the way. It's disgusting. When you go to shake someone's hand, you're like, hey, Steve, good to see you. Steve from accounting. Bob, whatever. And then you grab the hand, and you see he's got knot-on fingers. He's sitting there chewing on his fingers at his cubicle all day long. You know he's doing it because they're fresh. You see pink cuts all over. Guy's sitting there gnawing away on his fingers. Stop doing it. Simple. Stop doing it. But if you've ever had the scenario where you've had to do a little trimming and you've pulled the skin too much and it's like totally hurts and burns and stings and you went too far, like you're trimming that meniscus in a similar fashion, and sometimes when they cut it, it's not clean. There's still catching edge, and you catch it, you rip it, it doesn't stop tearing. That's the problematic. That's the problem with the trim. Trim doesn't just solve the problem for sure. You don't really truly know. Simple. I mean, only as simple would chew their fingers. I really don't know. It's hilarious, man. Aiyuk. Stop reporting, Simple. Deebo Samuel, we talked about going to the mother flipping moon if this deal ends up getting inked. I got bad news for you, though. For everybody in here complaining about, can we move on? Stop talking about Brandon Aiyuk. Look at this. Rock Out dropping a 2-wad. And appreciate you, Rock Out. I don't know. We're having more reports. This is not the last Aiyuk stream. Even if he signs, I think, during this stream, I might have to end it, come back, and have an official trade video. So we're not done. Like, this guy is controlling content here at the Fantasy Football Show. He's not even a shareholder, and he controls all the content that I have. Let me change this headline. Jamar Chase not at practice. McCarthy, we already talked about that. Fields goes to the moon if he starts, and he eventually takes the job anyway with the addition of Brandon Aiyuk. Deebo Samuel to the moon if this happens. He's not a moon man, though. Like don't sit here and act like Deebo Samuel's regulated to moon duty if this ends up happening. He's already a moon man no matter what, but if this goes down, he's sitting on Mars. The disrespect some people throw at Deebo Samuel when they go, Smitty, does this mean that Deebo's a moon man? What, we gonna downgrade him now? We're gonna downgrade him when his situation gets better?
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
He's a Mars man. He's been on Mars for a while now. Let's understand that. We got some gifted memberships coming in strong from Shaggy, dropping 10 gifted memberships from the Shagmeister. Thank you. Appreciate you. Look at this coming in. Ken got one from the Shagmeister. These are just going to roll in. 10 gifted memberships from Shag. Thank you, Shag. Shag was dropping 20 wads earlier in the show, by the way. We do have a super chat from Rock Out. Where is my name on the worst take board? It's not there, Rock Out. Keep looking. Rock Out to the moon. Appreciate you. Parasol to the moon. Remember when I said, and again, this deal's not done. This deal's not done. According to Aiyuk, he wants to stay, and this is coming from ESPN, not necessarily Aiyuk. He wants to stay in San Francisco, but I do believe his little dig at the media and everybody being simples, his dig here indicates that the two options are, one, his team countering, and the Niners not acknowledging that there's a counter offer. I don't understand. Ziggy, show me the front door. There's a counter offer, I think, in play here that no one's talking about. Because Aiyuk's saying there's two options. Are the two options Cleveland and the Steelers? Is that what he's thinking? Or maybe he's doing something like, guys, don't think for a second there isn't another team like the Washington Commanders trying to navigate this in the dark, stealth mode. Because we hear about this stuff all the time. Do not think you have a handle on this. We don't know. We don't know. Look at all these gifted memberships coming in from the Shagmeister. Shaggy, appreciate you. You get a membership from Shaggy. Please thank him. But remember when Deshaun Watson was traded to the mother-flipping Cleveland Browns? No one saw it coming. Cleveland wasn't in the game at that moment. They had been talked about and kind of fell off in the trade negotiation updates. And Atlanta was getting Deshaun Watson. It was in the 11th hour, and they literally swooped in, the Cleveland Browns, took a dump on their own lawn, and said, we'll do it! Guarantee it! Just do it! Do it live! Guarantee the whole thing!
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
We won. We have no idea. There could be some sort of, like, in the 11th hour, Shanahan's about to press the button, the phone rings. It is Adam Peters over in Washington. I decided to wait until you were about to press the button. Here's our final offer and only offer. And then all of a sudden, he's going to the Washington command. This stuff happens all the time. Ziggy off. So I'm not saying that I've heard anything. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But it certainly feels like there's not a lot. There's stuff not being told. Because if Aiyuk saying there's two options on the table, and the report from Schefter or Rappaport says there's two options on the table, then there's discrepancy here. Because if there's two options on the table and Aiyuk saying pick one, one of them can't be the offer to him that he's saying no to. It's got to be a counteroffer the Niners are ignoring and acting like didn't come through the fax machine. John's acting like the fax machine's all jammed up. I'm telling you, there's a discrepancy here. There's something not being told right. We'll find out later. But there's where my detective work ends. But we're literally at the mercy. We got 10 more gifted memberships from Superfish. Shaggy's over here saying 10. Superfish goes, no. I'm doing 10. Get me a coffee, Shaggy.
Let him cook.
Rock out, appreciate you. We got a super chat here from Jedi who says trade Devontae Smith and Swift for Achane. By the way, Chase Brown, I would go ahead and say, give me Achane But, I mean, look, I like Devontae Smith a lot. I like him a lot. And Swift is not bad, but I don't know that they're going to use him the way we think they're going to use him. And don't use preseason to draw too many conclusions. Ron Navy says, no. no. Shaggy, Superfish, 10, wonderful. But Ron, I love him. I don't want anybody to think I'm saying a 10 gifted membership is bad. But Ron says, let's drop a 50. Let's drop a 50. Ron, I didn't even fill my briefcase up. I'm going to have to pick the money up off the ground and throw it in the sky. Ron Navy with a $50 hauler equivalent with the 50 gifted memberships.
$50. Give me $50 hauler. Get by the brother, Smitty. Give me $50. Oh, yeah.
Ron Navy, everybody. Ron Navy. No. I can just see Ron and his lazy boy. He's sitting back like this to the point where the lazy boy's like rocking, and Ron's got his steak right here. And I'm saying $10 gifted membership from Superfish 10. They're going crazy, and Ron goes, no. 50. Do it now.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You know that's how it went down too. Ron Navy to the moon. Chase Brown. We've got some other news. I think I dragged some stuff over here. I don't know if I have it all on screen. Jermaine Burton. I was saying Jermaine Burton's looked like a star in camp, and we're hearing nonstop talk about Jermaine Burton, and it's kind of going under the radar. So I don't think there's a whole lot of missed opportunity in drafts, but Jermaine Burton looking like a monster. And I love Yoshi Voss, the other wide receiver in Cincinnati, and this duo is so good to cuff because one of them is going to be the wide receiver 3 and one of them is going to pop off. But Burton's being called the steal of the draft according to a lot of people in local in Cincinnati, and I truly believe he could carry people if some injury happened. Now, will he be good and serviceable with Higgins and Chase both healthy? Yeah, but Chase has been holding in, and there's injury risk. Missing 3 or 4 games would not be crazy for Jamar Chase. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. A 23-month membership. Appreciate you. $10 hauler from Shaggy, who comes in and says, Ron to the moon. I have to go later, everyone. Thanks, Smitty Mashed Potatoes. Shaggy, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty.
Shaggy, make sure you watch the replay. We need you all dialed in to the upcoming week. Okay, so that's pretty much it right now. We're on hold. We're in standstill mode. I think there's more to the story here. I really do. But we have phone calls to attend to after G6 gets his super chat answered. $2 hauler, H-N AJ Brown, he says. H-N AJ Brown, Christian Watson, or Jacobs Waddle Kincaid. That's an interesting one. H-N AJ Brown Watson for Jacobs Waddle Kincaid. Woo! You know, that's crazy because it's like top heavy. H-N AJ Brown, I want more than Jacobs and Waddle by far. Does Kincaid flip it back? That's tough. If it's tight end premium, maybe. If it's not tight end premium, I guess I would say, do you have a Goddard? Do you have somebody that's capable and warrants keeping and starting so that you can keep the H-N and AJ Brown side? I'm gonna say it's closer than it feels, because these are two guys that I want, H-N and AJ Brown over most anybody, definitely over everybody on this side of the trade. Like, you have the 2 best players. I'm going to say H-N Brown side, but I assume you've got at least a competent tight end. Chase Brown? All right, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Chase Brown? All right, phone lines are open. Jamar Chase not at practice. Hollywood Brown, 4 to 6 weeks. Not good. Jermaine Burton, a star. right now in the making, maybe the steal wide receiver of the draft, according to the Bengals. And then we've got Aiyuk saying a little bit different, something than is being reported. And that's where we stand currently at this moment in time as Ron Navy's 50 gifted memberships keep filing on in. We've got a 904 caller. 904, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Smitty. I'm from, my name is Ollie. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Go Jags.
Ollie from Jacksonville, Florida. What can I do for you, Ollie?
So I just had one question. I'm in a 2-keeper league. It's like the main league that I play in. My dog just ran out the house. Now I'm chasing her down. It's 1 QB, full PPR, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 3 flex. So
you said 1 QB, league. 1 QB. Ollie, why don't you go grab your dog and then call back? Let's save the dog first.
Got it. I got it.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So you said 1 QB or 2 QB?
1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 3 flex. Full PPR ESPN.
All right. What's the question?
So my question is, most of the wide receivers, the top ones are pretty much gone. The ones you can really think of, like Jamar Chase, etc. So it looks like the first wide receiver I'll have a chance to get will be either like London, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Devontae Adams. Which one of those do you think would be the best pick, or do you think there's better value somewhere else? It seems like I should probably go wide receiver first.
And there's some keeper value to this question?
No, not really. So the way this league works, I have Reese and Bijan, but we don't assess it per round for the keepers. So basically the last round's your keepers, essentially. So there's no value for the keepers or round association. Whoever you keep, you just keep on your team. You don't have to worry about giving up a pick.
Yeah, I guess I would say, like, if there was keeper value involved, I would say MHJ in a millisecond. But this is a close call. I think London's going to have a big season. I think MHJ is going to have a big season. I think if I'm drafting right now, I would probably say that I'm 100% drafting MHJ over London, but it doesn't mean that I'm not like tempted and saying in retrospect, damn, I should mix it up a little bit. So there's definitely an argument to be made here.
Right.
But MHJ in a vacuum, MHJ in a vacuum.
Okay, makes sense. And you would rank Devontae Adams third out of those 3?
Yeah, I don't even have him in the second round.
Okay, makes total sense. Perfect.
I mean, you got a rotational quarterback situation. He's frustrated as hell. He's tired of getting blasted, and he hates the QB situation. We already know that. He doesn't love O'Connell. He doesn't. He wanted O'Connell over Jimmy Garoppolo because the difference is like night and day. But still, it's not very good. It's just so much better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Hospital balls. He's tired of getting thrown hospital balls. But O'Connell's not going to be immune to throwing hospital balls. I think Adams might get fed. I'm not saying that like he couldn't even start the season off as a top 5 wide receiver, and a lot of people going, "Oh, Smitty, you were so wrong about Adams." But the problem is like, okay, if you draft him, then trade him before week 6, week 7, then I'm on board. If you want to draft Adams high and then trade Adams, I'm fine with that. I think there's definitely a world where Adams could start off hot and they're just feeding him targets. He's going to get similar treatment to the hey bro, I'm gonna have to hang up on you, Ollie. For some reason your phone is not playing nice with anybody else, and I can't add anybody else to the phone line for whatever reason. So call back. Ron Navy and Gavin, you guys were trying to call in and I couldn't accept the calls, but go ahead and try back in. I'm not drafting Adams in the second round. Will I take him in the third with the assumption that I might be looking to shop him later? Sure. And could he earn second round value for a big portion of the year at my third round cost of entry? Yes, and that's where I think he'd be a value. But I'm 100% not drafting Adams as my second drafted player. All right, phone lines are open. I don't know what was going on with his phone, but I kicked him off the line so I can add other people back in. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's when people call in from their fax machines or what happens. What? Ron Navy, what's up, Ron? You're live. What's up, Ron Navy?
Hey, Smitty.
What's up? You getting excited? You're back. It's like this is teeter-tottering back and forth. It's back in the Steelers, maybe back in the Steelers camp. But you what?
I said before, I ain't listening to all the noise out there anymore. I just whatever happens, happens. When it becomes then that's what it is.
You're just waiting. Superfish dropping another 10 gifted membership. Says, Ron, I'm going to try and catch you, Ron.
He's done like 40 or close or 50 at least already.
Yeah, Superfish has been. Superfish has been dropping.
Yeah, he's killing it.
But hey, anyway, Ron, what I was saying was, I don't know if you heard my description of this whole thing, where it's literally looking like there's two sides to this. Okay, there's Aiyuk's side, which if you read this report, it still lines up with what Schefter is saying framework wise. There are two options, but Aiyuk is saying that he's waiting on the two options, that it's in the hands of the Niners. And the way that Rappaport's saying it is as if there's an offer out there to Aiyuk. Now, maybe they countered Aiyuk's final offer. Aiyuk might have said, look, I'll take this. And the Niners countered, and they're waiting for Aiyuk to say yes or no. It's certainly possible. But it feels like this two-path thing that Rappaport keeps talking about was in play in this comment. Like, Aiyuk nailed what is going on in this comment when everybody was saying that, this was happening, that was happening. Aiyuk is like, no, simples. Calling everybody simple, I guess. He's saying this... Go ahead.
Here's the thing, right? Aiyuk's not talking to the press. So Scheffler and all these other guys, where are they getting this information from? They're getting it from the Niners.
Yeah.
So they're putting it out there. I doubt Aiyuk's talking to any of those, right? So here's the thing. I think is what San Francisco is doing and what they planned on doing, but it's backfired on them, is they got Parasol in the first round. So they were already planning on either replacing Debo or Aiyuk, and it seems like Aiyuk is the one they were going to replace. But they wanted Aiyuk. They expected to strong-arm Aiyuk into playing this last year because they make a Super Bowl run. And I think their offer is, we'll give you more money, and trying to entice them, hey, we're going to make a Super Bowl run this year. But Aiyuk's not stupid, because he could get injured this year. If he signs a one-year deal, he gets injured, and then where's his long-term security? He has none. So I don't blame Aiyuk for doing what he's doing at all, because it's all about taking care of his family in the long-term deal. So I think San Francisco is pushing that point because they can't afford to go up to $28-29 million. They can't do it and still be able to sign all the players that they signed.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Ron. Real quickly, I'll say I think you're right that the Niners are trying to play more games than it's being perceived, and at the end of the day, things are backfiring on them because they do the most piss poor job of handling contracts and personnel from the time the Super Bowl ends and the NFL draft is concluded. They do a piss poor job. One of the worst organizations in the NFL in terms of contracts and dealing with personnel, whether it's Jimmy G, Trey Lance, over and over and over again. They are horrible, the worst in the league from the end of the Super Bowl until the draft. No one's saying they don't have the best scheme. No one's saying the team isn't loaded from top to bottom. No one's saying that their scouting department, which used to be all Adam Peters, now he's in Washington. And look how marvelous things look in Washington in one offseason. That's how good Adam Peters is. So we'll see what happens in San Francisco with Adam Peters removed. But this team has crapped in their own bed. And they should have went to Aiyuk in the Ridley signing time frame when Ridley was the first wide receiver to get like 50 million even, I think, guaranteed. They should have went to him and said, what do you want, Aiyuk? And Aiyuk probably said, I want 58 million guaranteed. And they're like, no, we're going to nickel and dime this thing. We'll give you 51. And it's just like, now you're looking at Aiyuk wanting 70, 80 million guaranteed, and the Niners probably still want to give him 60. Like it's crazy how they punted this thing. But I'll say this. I think that there's still a chance the Niners fold because Ricky Pearsall, I think he's probably going to be okay, but he's been banged up a little bit. And it seems like he re-aggravated some things, but I don't think anything's too serious. But I have a feeling they sign Robbie Chosen Anderson, which indicates maybe that they've already decided to move on from Aiyuk. That's like showing your hand, right? Like, hey, we're not moving on from Aiyuk. Let's sign a wide receiver. Or they're so in trouble right now with camp bodies, they have to do this, and they're probably looking at Robbie saying, is this good, or is this like we're losing, our Super Bowl chances by not going with this Aiyuk avenue? Like, so we don't really know what the Niners are thinking. They certainly could still be teeter-tottering with the idea. But here's a very, very telling thing. You bring in Breda. The Niners sign Breda right after McCaffrey has the calf injury. The Niners bring in Robbie Chosen Anderson the moment things are looking like where Christian McCaffrey's saying, yeah, my former teammate Aiyuk. Former teammate? Well, how'd that slip out? Like, it seems like they very much are in motion of getting Aiyuk out of here. And I think there's a little more concern with McCaffrey than they're letting on. But that's just my guesstimation. I still like McCaffrey. I still think that if he's on the field, he's the number one overall fantasy football player. But he is 28 years old, and calf injuries are tough, especially as you get older. You tend to re-injure them. You tend to not really shake them loose. It's a concern. It's a concern. Real quickly, Ron, let me read this. Let me read this $20 super chat real quick, and then I'll come back. Save your thought. Don't forget. $20 holler from Hector.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Hector coming in strong says, been watching for 3 years and wanted to thank you for help. Can everybody mute real quick? I got a little echo there. 3 years and wanted to thank you for helping with the Dynasty Monster. Mahomes, Brees, Kyron, JJ, MHJ, Kelsey, Achan, Puka, Olave, Devon. Like, this is almost like a embarrassment of riches. Like, we almost feel bad for you, Hector. Like, the reason I say that is you've either offended and pissed off your entire family league, where I don't think half your family probably doesn't talk to you because you ripped them off, or this is a 4-man league. There's just no way that this could happen any other way. Congratulations on this victory you have right in front of you, making fantasy not even fun. It's embarrassing. You're winning every year with that, unless it's a 4-man league, and you still might win that.
You've just been
Thank you very much, Hector, for dropping that $20 holler. Straight up monster mode right there. Pick 3, ETN, Bijan, Kyron, Achan, Saquon. I'm taking Bijan, Kyron, and honestly, it's tough between Saquon and Achan just because I love Saquon so much too. Like, rotationally, I could go back and forth. Oh, Hall, he got Hall. I saw the all, and it's actually Hall. It's just spaced out, so I didn't see it. Hall, it's Hall, Bijan, and probably Kyron. Those are the 3 that I'm taking. I love Achan. I think you could draft Achan back a little easier than Kyron, but it's tough to say. Home leagues are a little higher on Kyron than Achan. Best balls higher on Achan than Kyron. So take that for what it is, but you've got to keep Hall. I saw H and then it said all at the bottom. I'm like, all what? Hall? Is that Brees Hall?
Get Brees.
Okay, 14-man league PPR. Keep Pollard in the 6 or let him go. Let him go. Like, Pollard's not worth the six rounder. I don't think I'd draft him there. Jordan Love, Bijan, Pacheco, Waddle, Dell, McLaurin, Keon Coleman, Goddard, full PPR, 12-man. How do you feel about this team? We're starting to get to those super chats where everyone's listening to their team. It's great. It's that time of year. I like the team a lot. Bijan, Pacheco, Waddle, Dell, McLaurin, really, really good. Keon Coleman. I don't know about any trade ideas here because you have to sell, like, what? Pacheco? I don't know if Pacheco, he's got good value, but I don't know if I would sell him unless you're getting like an Achan or a Kyron or something. So I would in that case, but that's it. Waddle doesn't have crazy sell high value. Dell doesn't. You're in hold mode, but I like the team. You do need a couple things to work out, I think, to be the best team in your league, but that could be one waiver wire ad. So, like, don't take that in a negative. Just stay on top of it. $10 holler from Hez coming in strong. Says 10-team PPR with 1 keeper. I have Kyler last round or Lamb second round. Lamb, because you can draft a quarterback back pretty easily. I'm not even considering this. Lamb second round. Do it live. Probably a dumb question, but with the Lamb holding out, it's dumb, but the holding out is like, that's packaged into the risk. And not to mention, you know, he's going to be on the field at some point, even if he held out week 1 or 2, like, because he's going to be so rich beyond anything we've ever seen before. but I'm taking Lamb. If you told me Lamb's not playing until week 3, but he will play in week 3, I'm still drafting him in round 2. And there's keeper value for the future. So no doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it. Zach Dude says, I got Brees in the keeper league at 6-round value with your advice last season. That's pretty good, Zach. That's pretty damn good. Smitty approved that. Dynasty trade away Kendre Miller and Braylon Allen, plus a 4th rounder for Luke Musgrave and Bucky Irving and a 2nd rounder. I'm going to say no. Braylon Allen's more important to me. I'm not saying to go, I know you want Bucky. I know you want to potentially get that cuffed up, but I'm not worried about it. I don't think that's winning you a league. And I think that Braylon Allen, knock on wood, I'm not wanting Hall to go down, but if Hall were to go down, even for 4 games, he could be a top 5 to 10 running back. And not to mention, he could even creep into a 10 touchdown territory without Hall getting hurt at all, because Hall had no goal line work, essentially. All right, go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. You're up.
Oh, no, what I was gonna add to that, I don't know, it'd be ballsy for San Francisco to do this, but I don't know. It could be another thing out there. Maybe San Francisco, maybe John's sitting there thinking, okay, we know what the Steelers are offering them, but we're not getting enough back room, so they have to pick their poison somewhere. So maybe they're thinking, all right, let's offer Aiyuk close to what Pittsburgh is offering, knowing and hoping that he actually turns it down to force Pittsburgh to force Khan to, because I think he's offering him like a 2nd and a 5th rounder with no player. That's what I think he's offering him, somewhere like that. But I think maybe to get him to offer a 2nd and 3rd or 2 seconds, so they get a little bit more. That could be something going on too.
Yeah.
I probably not likely, but maybe.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I do think there will be a wide receiver coming back, because I don't think the Steelers would have agreed to terms, because the Niners and Steelers apparently have agreed to terms. It's all kind of awaiting San Francisco to officially approve it. And the reason you wouldn't execute it yet, and this seems a little bit like it's not being told properly by Rappaport and whoever's telling it, because if they're making headway on the contract, they wouldn't give the Niners the ability to execute the trade without the contract being fully worked out. So I feel like no one's reporting this right. I think everyone's just guessing, like you said, but hold on. There's no way the Steelers are leaving that to chance. You're not trading. Look at the situation in New York right now. You can't trade for a player and expect to work the contract out later. So I think there's some missing pieces to this puzzle on a couple different levels. They're making progress, really good progress on a contract, so they're not leaving it up to them. This is ridiculous to me. But who knows? It's still real last question. I got to go over to Gavin and then to Scotty and Spencer. Go ahead, Ron.
I think they're getting their information from 49ers. But off the total subject, I wanted to sit on this really quick. Have you heard about Dallas eyeing Miles Sanders?
I'm not sure that the Cowboys, I don't know if the Cowboys even are smart enough to know that they need a wide receiver or a running back. I don't think they're smart. I think that we'll find out. We'll find out what's in store for that situation, and if maybe they're seeing Zeke Elliott just have nothing left in the tank, and they're figuring that out. I know they very much want to go down the Dowdle path. Whoever they bring in, Dowdle will be probably given the starting job, and he has to lose it. So let's say they did go get Miles Sanders, or later on, everybody thinks, and this is very logical, that the Bears will maybe get rid of Herbert at some point. I don't know that they would or why they would. I think he's the number 1 there by week 4 or 5, because he'll just take the job back if he even lost it to Swift, because Swift isn't going to take over, I think, first and second down duties. I think Swift is going to be a weapon, as they call him, to just try and make big plays. But I certainly feel like Dallas is in some trouble, and they will be looking to maybe trade for a running back later, but we'll see. I don't know that I buy into that situation, but All right, hang tight, Ron. Good question, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get off of here, and I'll let you go to the call.
All right, later, Ron.
Talk to you later.
All right, appreciate you, Ron. Thanks for the 50 gifted memberships. This goes over to Gavin now, then to Spencer next, then Scotty. I'm sorry. So, Gavin, you're live. Everybody else stay muted, please. Go ahead.
So I made a trade in my league. I want to ask you if it was good. I traded Hurts and A-Chain for Bijan. And I have two.
No, I don't like it. I love Bijan, bro. I love Bijan, but Achane is, in my opinion, Achane's a top 12 to 15 overall player that people just keep punting down the second round for no good reason. And Hurts is a monster. I mean, bro, Hurts is unbelievable from a fantasy perspective. He has 3 seasons in a row with double-digit rushing touchdowns. 3 seasons in a row. He had 15 rushing touchdowns last year. He had 13 the year before that. He had a double-digit number, I think 10 or something the year prior. He's got the second best offensive line, at least, in the National Football League. And he was a top 6 QB 11 times, 69% of his games. 81% he was a top 10. Like, I don't like this at all. I like Bijan, bro, but I don't think I mean, is it a keeper league, I assume? No? Huh?
It's not a keeper league.
Then I especially don't like it. I love Achane this year, man. Hurts is a monster. Sorry. But I don't think it's the end of the world, but I think you got taken to the cleaners a little bit. I know it's not what you wanted to hear. You should have called me ahead of time. You should have called me ahead of time, pal.
I just saw Bijan. I heard you saying he's like going to be the best, so I just wanted.
But haven't you seen my Achane stuff, though? Like, that should have excited you almost as much. Damn it. Damn it, Gavin. All right. All right, mute yourself and more in a little bit. I'll come back to you. We'll try and fix this thing. You got Bijan. It's not the end of the world. I'm just, Tua, Bijan's still pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that. But Hurts is just like, bro. All right, mute yourself, Gavin. Weep in silence. I'll be right back. Spencer, then Scotty. Spencer, you're live. Everybody else, please mute, especially Gavin, if I'm going to hear some whimpering. Go ahead. Spencer, go ahead.
Ready, guys. So I drafted on Sunday in my grandma league, and I think I pretty much won outright out of the draft.
Did you trade? Did you just trade with Gavin in your league? Is this what happened? Am I putting this together?
I'm
just kidding, Gavin.
First overall pick, I can't get on the McCaffrey train. I've been off of it for 3 years, so I can't go back to it. And then Kyron ended up falling to me at the 210. And for some reason, nobody drafted Puka, so that was my 3-1.
Puka.
Got DK and Tank with my next one, AR5, then Zay Flowers at 7.
All right, we got you. We don't need the whole. We got it. It's a great team, bro. You smashed it.
I didn't draft a kicker defense, and I ended up with Luke Musgrave and A.D. Mitchell with my last pick. But I don't know who to drop to eventually get a kicker and defense for week 1.
Oh. Kicker and defense is,
yeah.
I mean, check out the Eagles, see if they're out there. Love the Eagles this year. I think they're going to bounce back hardcore. Texans aren't going to probably be available, but they're up and coming monster squad there. Kicker, obviously, just go with scoring, bro. Who's the highest scoring kicker available? Try and pick the one of the top 3 highest scoring kickers left in your format that play on the most likely team to score more touchdowns than expected. Like you look at a team like. I don't know. You look at a team like the Eagles, for example. Like, just giving you an example, not saying that this is the option you have in front of you, but this is a team that a lot of people saw struggle last year. The Chiefs struggled during the year. Like, teams that are going to ball out this year that you're going to get a tiny bit of a discount. So go looking for that. All right, anything else real quick? Spencer, I got to get around the phone line real quick. Congratulations on your team. You smashed it. Anything else?
Someone dropped Benson in this league.
Yeah.
And waivers going to clear at 640. So I'm thinking I drop 80 Mitchell for that and then figure out that kicker and defense stuff closer to week 1.
Yeah, I like that idea. All right, Spencer, good job. Later. Hey, Gavin, we got to check in with Gavin. Gavin, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of sad.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but, we're here for you. The chat's here for you. They're like, it's okay, Gavin, walk it off. People feel bad. They like you, pal. They want you to do well. I want you to do well. We're going to fix this, Gavin. We'll put an appeal. We'll put a veto appeal in. We need you to vote immediately on your own trade and veto this thing.
It's already through.
You are offered sex. You are paid offered sex.
I would have sent him that. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Gavin. Why didn't you check with me, Gavin?
Sorry.
All right, Gavin, hang tight. Mute yourself. Scotty, you're live.
Hey, Smitty, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Keep it snappy if you can. No backstories. No. We don't need to hear about how the league almost folded, but then Grandma made some chili, and let's keep it going. Keep it rolling.
Sure. Trade offer. First time doing draft pick trades, so I wanted your input. I have the 1.1.
1.1.
So the person that offered me the trade, they wanted my first and fourth, and in return, I get the 10th and the second pick. Is that okay? Never done that before, so I just wanted your 2 cents.
Wait, what's your pick out? Your first rounder's where?
First. I got the 1.1. So he wants my 1.1 and my 4th round pick.
Okay.
In return, I get his 10th and his 2nd round pick.
So you're moving down to 2, though.
Yeah. I'd be moving down to his 10th. So his 10th, first round 10th pick.
Okay,
and then I get his 2nd. But
so you're moving your 4th rounder to his 2nd, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big move up. You know what I would say, bro? This is bold. You're not going to hear this from the cookie cutter content creators, bro. You're not going to hear it. But
okay.
You're getting, like, let's say you were to get Kyron at the 10 overall. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to take him that high, but Kyron Williams will ball and compete with anybody you're taking at 1, 2, or 3. If you're getting your 4th rounder turned into a 2nd, that's a massive, massive upgrade. If I'm getting that right. So you're moving from the 1 overall to the 10, and for that, you're moving your 4th rounder to the 2nd.
Correct.
I mean,
to be real, I just don't know really what the risk is with that because I never traded a draft pick, so I just wanted your 2 cents on it.
And what's the other part of the trade? So you're moving your 4th rounder to the 2nd round. And where is that in the 2nd round? You're moving that to the top of round 2, right?
Correct. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I just don't know, like it was sent to me, and I was like, I don't know how to translate this. I just figured I'd call you.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So I didn't hear what you were saying. The second part of it, you said it was like another pick somewhere. Where was that at?
Correct. So I give away my 1st round pick and my 4th, and then I get his 1st
number 10
and his 2nd.
Okay, top of round 2. Okay, and that's it. That's as far as it goes. Yeah, that's
correct.
Smash it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I smash it.
Smash it. Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. It seemed too good to be true.
Because
I know you got other calls and everything.
Yeah, think about it, bro. I mean, you're getting like Kyron or maybe Breece Hall falls to the 10. Like, you might be getting the player you might have even wanted to put your balls on the table and draft at 1 overall. You might still get him at 10 in this league.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. All right, bro.
I'm clicking the accept button right now.
All right, nice work.
And I'm gonna hang up the phone and thank you for your time.
Hang up and take a victory lap. All right, later, Scotty. Appreciate you.
No.
Let's do we're on Gavin watch. Gavin, you doing all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You sound a little worse than before. Do we need to send someone over? We good?
No.
Okay. Hang tight. Man, he sounds so down. I feel bad for him. I do want you to check with me next time, though, broski. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's head over to Joe. Joe, you're live.
What's up, Smitty?
What's up, pal?
All right. So last time I was here, you temporarily revoked my Bijan card. Okay. I am here to formally reclaim my Bijan card. I had my draft last night. I drafted Bijan at 4. I have K9 Marv, Olave, and Debo and Waddle. I'm feeling good. So first off, that's the first thing. I want my Bijan card granted again. I'm here to reclaim my Bijan card. But also, there's this guy in my league who basically went like 0 wide receiver. He has Diggs. He has like Diggs, Collins. He's a Diggs Collins stack as his wide receiver 1 and 2. So he's like really broke there. I have Marv, Olave, Waddle, and Debo, all like on my team.
Bro, this is taking forever. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even paying attention at this point. You're all over the place. I can see why I took away your Bijan card. I may have taken it away from the presentation alone. Okay, yeah, hit me with it fast.
All right. So he's willing to trade me Kyron for 2 of our wide receivers. So of the ones I have, Marv, Olave, Debo, and Waddle.
Call terminated.
I'm sorry, but like this is why I took away his Bijan card. I don't understand what he's saying. I don't get it. It's just you guys got to be quick with the questions, and that's why I'm taking it away again.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
And I know it broke his heart when I took away his Bijan card the first time. He's telling me he's here to reclaim it because he drafted Bijan. It's a good start, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Next question. Scott from Cali, you're live.
Yeah, hey, Smitty, just regarding Aiyuk. So how does it work since he's not a free agent? It would be a trade, correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're.
And
yeah,
so,
yeah.
Do the Niners have the, power to deny the trade, or is it just that Aiyuk doesn't want to be there, so they would just go with it? Like, what's in it for them to trade it if they're not getting?
Because they're trying to prepare for the season. It's a great question from somebody that hasn't been on it. So it's not a bad question. I would say okay, you're just coming around. You haven't heard what's going on, the stages of this thing. He doesn't have control. He's under contract, and then it's over time the Niners are we're preparing for a season here. We got to get out there and get the ball rolling.
Do you think that they benefit more from him, or he benefits more from the Niners?
I think that Aiyuk is definitely a good player, but he is 100% more of a product of that system. Not that he can't carry over and continue on his success and blossom and bloom into a great player, but kind of Devontae Adams would never be the person he is without Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, 100% helped make him. Yeah, I understand people want to say he would have been good. You what?
I'm just thinking you could plug in really any good X receiver into the Niners system and they would do well, whereas Aiyuk going elsewhere might be harder for him to have the same success. But I guess my question is just, if he goes to the Steelers, what would the Niners get? Because they wouldn't be really getting anyone to replace his role this season from that deal. I'm taking it.
Look, they're in a box right now. They're in a box where they want to move on. They drafted Ricky Pearsall in the first round, as Ron and I were talking about earlier. You don't do that unless you're contemplating this move. You can't afford Aiyuk But hold on. I'm trying to explain it. You can't afford Aiyuk and what Debo's going to request probably soon too. You got to give Trent Williams a bump. You just gave McCaffrey a bump. You got to pay Brock Purdy $60+ million a year in the offseason, which I don't think he's worth it, but that's what you're expecting to have to pay given the market demands. And so something's got to give, bro. You can't keep signing everybody to these monster deals. So the Niners need to make a decision, sign Aiyuk to a reasonable deal for them, or if he says no, which he keeps saying no to, then they know they're not going to lock him down to a long-term deal. And they probably can't even afford to franchise tag him next year and hold all this money when they're trying to sign a Brock Purdy deal. So at the end of the day, bro.
But do you think if they smell this coming, like Pearsall doesn't seem like an Aiyuk replacement. When Coleman goes later, I feel like he fits that role more than what a Pearsall would be as far as position. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I like Pearsall a lot. Do I like Keon Coleman more? Yes, I do. Did I at one point like both of them going to Buffalo, and would I be behind Pearsall in Buffalo over Keon Coleman in San Francisco? Probably. Like, I would be very excited about the vacated targets that Pearsall is getting, but you can't separate situation from player. It is what it is. These players are where they are, and Keon Coleman is a rising star.
Right, but what I'm saying is if you're the Niners and you think you're going to lose Aiyuk, wouldn't you rather take a player more that style-wise like Aiyuk rather than, I don't really see Pearsall.
Pearsall's got a little bit of that. Like, he's a route aficionado, so is Aiyuk, so they're very similar. I disagree.
Yeah.
I think Pearsall is a fantastic route runner, fantastic ability to get out of his starts and stops. Like, he's unbelievable. But
so just on that note, transition away from Aiyuk.
All right, last question. Go ahead.
I know you're high on Pearsall. I know you haven't really been much a fan of Ladd situation-wise. Had those flipped and Ladd was a Niner and Pearsall was, a Charger, would you be higher on Ladd? Like, would you like him? Or do you just think Pearsall's better in general?
I think that, situation very, very, very much matters. 100%. We'd be having a totally different conversation. I don't know that it'd be the exact same, balance of the conversation. Like, oh, Ladd's going to the moon. Like, it would just be like, Ladd's got an opportunity. And I love Pearsall. I like Ladd. I liked Ladd a lot coming out of college, but I don't love him in his situation right now. All right, I got to go. Appreciate you, Scotty. Appreciate you calling in. Gavin, how you doing, Gavin? Last question, Gavin.
I'm good.
You got anything, bro?
No. Just am I fine?
Look, you got Bijan Robinson. Okay, so keep your chin up.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a baller year, bro. Absolute baller year. You have the best player in the trade. If that gives you any sort of solace at all. The worst thing you could do is turn around and try and get rid of this situation by trading Bijan away and just being like, I don't want to look at him. And you trade him away, and then all of a sudden now you have nothing. It's like, don't make it worse, Gavin. Check with us, call in, ask questions. We'll try and help you figure out and navigate this thing. But you definitely got taken on the trade. I mean, Jalen Hurts, did you get anybody back? Is it just Bijan for Jalen Hurts and
A-Chain? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. But, bro, I mean, you got Bijan. You got Tua. At the end of the day, your lineup is not that much different. Bijan's going to score that much. But I just think that you could have did some other moves with the capital. So you'll be okay, bro. We'll help you out, all right?
Okay.
All right, later. John, or John, you're live.
Hey, Smitty, in redraft, are you drafting some of these players that are on IR or the PUP list with the intent of putting them in your IR spots or the injury? I forget the name of it. Or especially at where their ADP is, are you letting them fall and then doing that?
What player, though? Give me an example. Of course, I like
Brooks, TJ Hawkinson, some of the big guys.
Yeah, Brooks would be amazing to put in your IR spot.
But would you take them at their ADP in redraft, or would you let them fall?
Yeah, because I mean, but Brooks has to fall. He's the news hasn't been great because he's going to be missing, more time than people expected. He probably won't be playing until week 3 or 4, probably 4, and then he's going to take several weeks to ramp up. So his ADP has changed a lot. So I would definitely take Brooks at cost of entry and then IR spot him if you can, sure, no doubt about it. But I still would rather draft Jaylen Warren in redraft. I'm not passing on a guy I like better because there's some sort of creative stash that can allow me to pick up another player, if you know what I'm saying.
What about Hawkinson? Yay, nay?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I would pick up Hawkinson, sure. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Have a great night, man.
All right, man. Later. Hold on, I'm on the clock in a draft. I'm trying to see. Hold on. Take Debo Samuel here. I'll take Debo. Thank you very much. Debo's a monster. So far, I'm in a Superflex draft right now, and I've got Kyler Murray, Kyren Williams, and Debo Samuel. Feeling pretty good on that. Yusuf, you're live.
Smitty, how's it going, man?
It's going. Navigating the waters. What's up with you? Hit that like button, everybody.
I've been good, man. Just wanted to know your thoughts on Jonathan Taylor.
I like him a lot. I think that we're getting to a territory where Jonathan Taylor and Gibbs are now being debated. You know, like, do I take JT over Gibbs now because Gibbs is banged up or whatever? But you gotta make that call for yourself. I'm not going to sit here and say one is better than the other. I think the added risk level makes it understandable that somebody would potentially want to go in a different direction than Gibbs. But personally, I still absolutely love Gibbs. And I'm not scared at all to take Jahmyr Gibbs right at that territory. But, you know, I understand where people are coming from. I get it. You know, to me, it's just about, like, I think Gibbs' upside is so massive, even more so than JT's. I'm taking the gamble every time. That's just me, though.
I take the gamble, too. I think Gibbs can honestly get 1K receiving this year.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely could, bro. What else you got?
I was just asking because I'm having a hard time, like, when I try to choose between JT and Saquon, I just tend to get stuck on those two.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know your thoughts on.
Yeah, it's a great question, and I don't crap on anybody's take of I take JT over Gibbs. You know, I won't crap on it. But my question would be, is Kyren still available? Because I'm taking Kyren right now. I'd take Kyren over Gibbs. I would. Doesn't mean that I don't absolutely love Gibbs. I think Kyren belongs in the top 5-6 overall. So when push comes to shove, I'm taking Kyren Williams. I'm not afraid to take Kyren Williams at the 12-13 turn in a home league. In best ball, I'm getting away with what I can get away with, and especially in best ball where you get to draft over and over and over and over and over again. You don't have the pressures of, okay, this is one shot, I got to get it right. So you do push the limits of Kyren's ADP. You do push the limits of Bijan's ADP. You do push the new limits of Gibbs and his ADP. You have to. You have to. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to a home league situation where you've got one shot and that's an important league to you, you're not redoing anything, you don't get to reattempt it and have different approaches. Kyren at the 12-13 turn, I am not scared of it one single bit because he could improve his value 12 spots. He could be the number one overall player. So
easily,
that's the solution for me. And you grab Corum because there's no better cuff in fantasy football than the Kyren Corum situation. This one's damn close, the H-Hand Mostert right, which makes people uncomfortable because I've never heard such a thing. Draft 3 running backs and waste roster spots? Waste precious roster spots on 3 players? Are you out of your mind, Smitty? This has never been heard of. You know what else has never been heard of? The Miami Dolphin running attack. It's as unusual. And you got to think big. And Braylon Allen and Hall, such a monster duo. Such a monster duo. Must cuffs across the board. But nobody get too down on Gibbs, okay? He fell in the round 2 probably today, you know, overall. That's a good thing. You know, that's good value. And there might be word, you know, tonight, that says that it's just a precautionary, you know, little tightness more than anything. And then, good God, everybody got a steal that got him in the second round today. Now, is there a chance that it becomes something greater? Sure. But I'm not sitting here with a blanket statement of saying, oh, these things linger. These things linger. They can, but not every case is the same. So we don't know to the extent, what we're dealing with. But anyway. All right, bro. Appreciate you. You got anything else?
Thank you, Smitty. No, that's all I had.
All right. Yusuf to the moon. Later, pal. So my team so far in the Superflex draft is Kyler Murray, Kyron Williams, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp. I like it. I'm risking the biscuit at QB, but I wasn't going to force it. The quarterbacks that are still available: Herbert, T. Law, Stafford, Cousins, Aaron Rodgers. There's still some guys that might fall because I think so many people, are scared to continue to go quarterback at this stage. We'll have to see how far they fall down. We got super chats in here, 4 of them incoming. This one from Jim. Jim says $6.99. Yo, Smitty, got to decide keepers for PPR. I got Hall and Achane. Need to decide between Mahomes, Kelsey, or Waddle. You're going to keep, in my opinion, Mahomes. What do you think? Chase Brown? I'm going Mahomes. He's scoring 50 total touchdowns this year. It's absolute glory, bro. Do it live. Mahomie to the moon. Love Mahomes. He's worth more than a third rounder, but don't tell anybody I would take him higher because we don't need to. Could caller Gavin try and trade Mahomes if he's falling without Hollywood? Keep Bijan, though. Hang in there, Gavin. If anyone, Smitty can help you. Thank you, Superfish. Great advice. I'm not trading, Mahomes to the moon. Maybe try and acquire Mahomes on the cheap is what Superfish is saying, and I agree with that. Smitty, show me the list, pal. Says Penguin. I will. Hang tight, Penguin. We're in the middle of this, and I'll show you the Moon Men, Mars Men, Saturn list. No doubt about it. Check DM, says Rock Out. Rock Out, I'm going to put this in the corner to remind me to go into that. I'm in the middle of a draft right now, but I will play your super chat or your message in a second. We've got a special guest on the phone. This man is known for his work in the Wild Wild West films here on the channel. I don't believe he's heard it. Have you heard any of these audio drops, Denny? Have you heard the audio drops? Do you realize how big of... Do you realize... You don't watch the show, which is so astonishing to me. That Denny never watches the channel.
I'm just calling to say hi.
He got my phone number from a friend. And he just called in one day. And he doesn't even watch the show. Denny, listen to this. We have... the Spaceman to Mars to Moon? Yeah. To Spaceman to Mars to Moon. The in-season is the Wild Wild West. And I had you, I don't know if you remember these, but I had you do a few drops. And I used these, and I'll be using them all season long. Let me play them for you.
Want it. I'm so excited right now.
Okay, listen.
Want it.
Okay.
The top most wanted outlaws.
And then this one.
These outlaws are on the run, 'cause they're wanted. Ooh, dead or alive. Smitty, can I just ask you one thing?
Denny, you're interrupting yourself. You're trying to say something. All right, hey, keep quiet. Hold on.
Smitty, can I just ask you one thing? Can we do karate in the garage? Want it.
You're a big part of the show there, Denny. You're gonna forever be ingrained into the in-season content because we're gonna be playing that stuff like a mad dog.
No, I thought you said I was okay, Spider.
Can you say this for me, Denny? Can you say, put him in the drunk tank?
Put him in the drunk tank.
Put him in the what do they call jail in the Wild Wild West? What was the Wild Wild West? What did they? Was it like the?
I don't know, man. I'm from the East Coast. I don't know what they did out there. I've been in some drunk tanks out here in the East Coast. Though.
Yeah, can someone?
They don't even say. They just put you in there.
The slammer. Yell! Put him in the slammer.
Put him in the slammer. Not a slammer.
Say he's going to the slammer.
He's going to the slammer.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. I'm going to clip those as well. Denny, you're a marvel. You're an absolute marvel. You're a blessing here on the channel, and we don't know what we do without you. What can I do for you, pal?
I just wanted to tell you that I missed you. No, I went to the Pats preseason game.
Yeah.
And me and my buddies, and I started the chant. We're on the way in, and I was going, Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones, marching in. And then I went, Fat Jones, and everyone was laughing. I had a Cole Strange jersey, 69, Strange. Jesus. Booed as soon as I saw Zappy, I started booing. But when Bazooka Joe, dude, he looked kind of nice, didn't he? You were the first one that liked him. You liked him before I did. I said you were out of control.
You talking about Joe? You talking about Joe Milton? For those that don't know, Bazooka Joe, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bazooka Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, Bazooka
no,
Joe.
you were on him a long time ago, but.
Yeah, Joe Milton. I told you didn't like Joe Milton. You know what I've said over and over, Denny? They should start Joe Milton in New England, and if he fails, he fails. But you start Joe Milton, and what's the worst that could happen? He takes the job from Drake May. If Joe Milton does so good that it hurts Drake May's confidence, then you're happy because Joe Milton's doing well. If Joe Milton goes out and fails, then Drake May becomes the hero, and he comes in. You have... And if let's say you go the other direction and you put Drake May in and he struggles, guess what they're calling for in New England? Joe Milton, put him in. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about here. It may sound uncomfortable to people. Can I just tell you my Superflex team? Now, granted, I'm riding the risk train at QB2. I certainly am. But if I land it, I'm first of all, I'm defending back-to-back champion in this league. This is the Instagram Experts League. I was gonna live stream it, but the planning of this thing was last second, and we're doing this news, and I didn't want to throw it up here, so I'm doing this Instagram Experts League, and I've won it back-to-back seasons. So anybody thinks that I'm not dropping the correct team here, well, you're talking to the champ right here. You're talking to the mother-freaking champ right now. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. Okay. Biggest Instagram league, expert league on Instagram. Here's my team. Kyler Murray is my number one pick. It's a super flex. Kyren Williams, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp. I took Malik Neighbors. I did it, and then I took Sam Laporta.
Laporta? Oh, you got some old. Is that the geriatric league? You got some. Oh, it's not Dynasty.
No, it's not Dynasty, but it is Superflex, and I only have one QB. But I did this last year and I won it. I did it the year before and I won it. So your boys, your boys got an angle to this thing.
Yeah, good. I'm proud of you.
But yeah, it's a squad right there. It's a squad right there. Kyren Williams, Deebo, Cooper Kupp, Malik Neighbors, Laporta. I like it. It's pretty nice.
I think Deebo. Go off.
We need Aiyuk to go to the Steelers and happen soon, so this man can go to the mother flipping moon. I just got him at 3.10, and I reached a lot for him. He could have went at the 4. He could have went at the 4-3 probably, but I got Cooper Kupp and Deebo, so I think it all worked out. I like this squad.
Yeah, we need Aiyuk. I got a quick song for you that I just thought of.
Okay.
What's Aiyuk's first name? Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, don't go away, man. Oh, Brandon, just go away. Oh, that's a tight tune. The old school's gonna know that one.
Hey, Denny.
Aiyuk, don't go away, man. Okay, I'm listening.
I want you to yell, hold them or fold them.
All right. Hold them or fold them.
And then
you got to know.
And then yell, hold them, and then yell, fold them.
Hold them. Fold them.
Love it. Denny's, look, if anybody doesn't know what I'm doing here, this is what I'm doing here. I'm creating some sound bites.
Wanted. The top most wanted outlaws.
Let everybody hear your beautiful voice.
'Cause they're wanted.
or alive.
Want it. That sounds really good to me. I think I was hearing myself. Could that day?
When you hear yourself like that, does it sound like you're listening to like the radio and you're like, who is that beautiful voice?
Yes, it's like when do you remember in Step Brothers when they first got together and he said, "Okay, let's see what you got." What was that song?
I don't know, Denny.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm
What was that?
I'm drafting. I'm relying on you to co-host. Denny, you're co-hosting the show. You got to step up. I got a draft here. You're co-hosting the show. Go.
You gotta hold on. Okay, ready? People are talking about people. I'm already left. I just can't stand just a little too proud. Oh, just a little too close. I don't know.
I like it, Denny. No, we're all just. I think you put some of the followers to sleep, not in a bad way, just serenading them. I'm trying to think if I need anything else from you for this Wild Wild West. Let's see here. Can I get a He's a cowboy. Can I get a he's a cowboy?
Ready for this?
Yeah, go.
He's a cowboy, dead or alive.
Give me it one more time. Go.
He's a cowboy, dead or alive. I don't know. I'm really not good at this.
Can I get? We got a new sheriff in town.
Stop.
No. I need this, Denny. I need this. Go.
All right. I'm starting to laugh. I make myself laugh.
Go. I need it.
We got a new sheriff in town.
Thank you, Denny.
I love doing the other stuff I did.
I'm on the clock right now. I don't know if I should take an RB here. Damn it.
What do you got?
Kind of in a bind. So I don't have a second quarterback, but do I take?
Who do you got? Give me the first four off.
Hold
I swear to God.
I could go Zamir White. I could go. Oh, damn it.
No.
I had to take Fields. I took Fields. The time was coming to a close. I barely got that one. And my queue was empty because I didn't follow my own rule. Just queue someone immediately, then search around. That way you time out on the queue player. But I took Justin Fields, thank God. So I got Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, and I know Justin Fields may or may not, win this job. But I can go ahead and get Russell Wilson later. Denny, can you say we got a new sheriff in town, and then you're done. You're done working for the day. Go ahead.
Okay, I can punch out.
But say it like aggressive, like we got a new sheriff in town. Go.
Should I say with a southern accent?
Sure.
Okay, ready? I'm ready to rip.
Go. Rip.
We got a new sheriff in town. Let me try one more time.
Try it more. Try it angry. Try it angry.
We got a new sheriff in town.
Thank you, Denny. All right, Denny, I got to go. Appreciate you very much. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Smitty, always a pleasure.
All right, later, bro.
Big kisses.
Later.
All right, bye.
You're wanted.
Cause they're wanted, dead or alive.
Denny, ladies and gentlemen, Denny. You gotta love him. He's an absolute angel. Songbird of his generation, no doubt about it. Do I take... Man, this is tough here. This is tough. I'm on the clock. I can't believe someone took James Conner already. I was really wanting to take James Conner. Let's go over to the QB position. Let's see if there's anybody else I could take. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. I'm going to go over to the wide receivers. I could go. Oh, my God. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and take Jaylen Warren. I love Jaylen Warren. All right, we're good. So team so far is Kyler Murray, Kyren Williams, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp, Malik Neighbors, Sam Laporta, Justin Fields, Jaylen Warren. All right. Denny, appreciate you. We only lost 40 viewers while that whole situation unfolded. Occasionally I get somebody that says, you stop having Denny on or I'm out of here. And then we get, for every one of those, I get 17. You got to have Denny on more. So I understand some people don't. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but we love Denny here on the channel. All right, guys, I'll be back tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me get these super chats out of the way. Eric Paz with a super says, I took over someone's spot in a keeper league. Thank you for all the gifted memberships, by the way. Superfish, appreciate you. Appreciate all these supers on the board here. Superfish dropping this one. Eric dropping one. Appreciate you both. We got Brandon dropping a $2 hauler. And Moondog coming in with a super. Appreciate you with that, Moondog. Let me get these off the board here. We got another $9.99 coming in from Jesse. Jesse to the mother freaking moon. Jesse, appreciate you with the $10 hauler. Okay, here we go. Where's my music? There we go. Could you rate my, let me do Jesse's $10 hauler first. $10 haulers and $20 haulers. To the moon. They get immediate attention here. I'm almost on the clock in this draft too, right? Okay. I got to keep tabs on my draft. Jaylen Warren. I love Jaylen Warren. Could you rate my redraft team? I just drafted 12-man PPR. Hurts, Kyren, Warren, Benson, Chase Brown, Wright, Braylon Allen, Garrett Wilson, Deebo, Tank Dell, Coleman, Dobbs, Wicks, Kyle Pitts, Schultz. Like the team a lot. Love the wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Deebo, Tank Dell. You really can't get better than that. That is mother freaking fantastic, bro. And honestly, Kyren and Warren, Benson, I love it. Hurts. I'd say this is an 8.5 out of 10. I rarely give 9s and 10s. I just want to make you aware that, like, we'll call it an 8.7 maybe. That's a fantastic squad. Eric Paz with a $5 hauler says someone took over someone's spot in a keeper league. They have CMC and Hall. Should I keep CMC and trade him on the high? I would keep Hall. If there's long-term keeper value, if it's limited and you got like 1 year left, then it makes sense to maybe explore going CMC. But I'm going to keep Breece Hall, bro. And with the injury to Christian McCaffrey, may or may not be a big deal, but he's older. He's 28. I do worry about it. You might think it's hypocritical to say, hey, let's pump the brakes on overreacting to Jahmyr Gibbs. But if Gibbs is falling from round 1 to round 2, McCaffrey's falling from 1 overall to round 5. Sorry, round 5. Pick 5. Not round 5. 1 overall to like pick 5. With a calf injury at 28 years of age. So he drops CMC at least, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So at the end of the day, bro, Hall might be the #1 running back. Just make sure you cuff him to Braylon Allen. There's no doubt about it. The right move, especially if it's a keeper league, is Breece Hall. Moondog, $5 hauler. Denny to Saturn. He's the life of the party. 376 people. Get those likes up. We only have 180 thumbs up when we got 345 from YouTube in here. Let's get those thumbs up. Let's wipe them feet. Brandon Wood says trade Neighbors for Coleman, Pearsall, and Brooks in Dynasty. Do this if you like losing. Don't trade Neighbors. I love Coleman, but you got to value Coleman properly, and Neighbors is worth more than the lot of them. Neighbors. So this offer.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
If you are being offered the 3 players for Neighbors, send that to him. An hour and 29 minutes into the show. Send him a link to that. If only Denny watched the show, he'd know what of a legend he is. That's true. Did Denny ask if he could punch out? Yes, he did. He wanted to make sure it was time to go home. Rock out, check your DMs. All right, I got to do this quick because I'm on the clock. Let me go to Rock Out. Rock Out's leaving a message here. Oh, we left a couple of them.
Running back, under the tap, back to back, running back. We be scoring touchdown, ready to celebrate. It's running back.
I swear he's saying screwing touchdowns.
Running back. We be scoring touchdown, ready to celebrate. Bringing up the chopper. The chopper. The chopper. Wild End Cowboy.
Thank you, Rock Out. Appreciate you very much. Rock Out to the mother flipping moon. All right, we're on the clock here. Here in a second here. Man, I don't know what to do with this pick. Will Levis is still there. Geno Smith is still there. McCarthy's there. Bryce Young is there. Drake May is there. Bo Nix isn't bad. That's a crafty superflex QB. Should I go Bo Nix? That's not bad at all. Okay, Jaylen Warren is my running back 2. Kyron's my running back 1. The running backs available. Mostert's there. Pollard, Benson, Chubb, Mostert, Zach Moss, Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson, Chase Brown, Jerome Ford. Oh, Keon Coleman just went. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Adunze's still available. All right, I'm on the clock. Adunze's there. JSN's there. Brian Thomas Jr. is there. I don't know that I need to go wide receiver. I'm stacked at wide receiver. Tempted to go RB here. Tempted to go QB here. Bo Nix is pretty solid. Running back, I still need RBs. I'm going to go with... damn it. I'm going to go with Bo Nix. It's a little early because he's down there a ways, but I don't want to miss out on somebody getting cute. And my team is loaded. My team is stacked. To have Kyron Williams and Jaylen Warren as my running backs, and obviously a little bit thin there. To have Kyler Murray as my QB1, to have Debo, Cooper Kupp, Neighbors as my 3 wide receivers, I'm feeling pretty damn good there. It looks like Chase Brown just went. Chase Brown! Little running back run. It is a super flex. I got Bo Nix and Justin Fields. Feeling pretty good about that. Wide receivers. Adunze's nice here, though. That's my 4th wide receiver. It is a 2 flex. So you're starting, I believe, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex spots, a super flex, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. So huge lineups, but there's plenty of opportunity to still grab other wide receivers downstream a little bit. Baker Mayfield just went. I got to be careful. Also, I've got Blake Corum that I need to snag early because these guys will absolutely snipe them. Chase Brown, and you sometimes you got to reach around earlier than you want to. You see somebody there, and you're like, okay, I've got Kyron Williams and Jaylen Warren. I need to have my cuffed duo. I have to have this duo, so I'm reaching around early if need be. I think we're all done with all the super chats. Gifted memberships were through the roof tonight. Gifted memberships from, we had 10 from Shaggy from the beginning. Shaggy dropping a massive wad. Thank you, Shaggy. We had 10 from Superfish times 4. So Superfish, appreciate you dropping the 10 times 4 on everybody. Thank you. Shaggy, thanks again for dropping the super chat and the 10 gifted memberships. We had gifted memberships of 50 from Ron Navy. I apologize. Ron Navy with 50. I don't think we had any 20s. I don't think we had anything else. I think that's where it ended. But absolute phenomenal job on the gifted memberships. You guys are absolutely amazing. Can't thank you enough. The super chatters tonight were Unreal, Rock Out, Jedi, Shaggy, G6, Adrian, Mr. Frost, Matthew P, Hezo, appreciate you. C Money, appreciate you. Hector, appreciate you with the $20 hauler. Zach Dude, Jim Stacks, appreciate you. Super Fish, True Penguin wanted the Moon Men, Mars Men, Saturn Men. So let me put that on screen here and make sure. True Penguin, you still here? Rock Out, Eric Paz, Moondog, and of course Superfish, and then the last $10 hauler was from Jesse. Now, if anybody drops a $20 hauler on the outro, we will extend the show 5 minutes. It's up to you. I'm no pressure. I'm just letting you know. I'm out of here. True Penguin, appreciate you. Here you go. Saturn.
The Saturn Men.
One small step for man, one giant leap for Saturn.
Spaceman.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars Men.
Look at him!
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in the Moon Men. Dropping loads in outer space.
Look at him!
Space Moon says.
I have to say, we probably are drafting tonight. Yes, we'll probably be doing a breaking news show, I imagine, on Aiyuk or somebody. But I have to say, looking at this Moon Man list, I like it very much. The opportunities, I should say, for movement would be maybe Fields goes to the midseason monsters in case he doesn't start week 1. Makes a lot of sense. Midseason monsters are Moon Men in training. They just become Moon Men later. Maybe Zamir White could potentially be moved. I don't know where we'd even move him because I don't want to take him off any boards. I'm just giving you the potential players that could move. And Stevenson, Zamir White and Stevenson's teams not being on the best teams and being running backs is concerning to a degree. And it just makes me, if I'm toying around with not making the board
motion detected at the front door
too full, then we're got to consider potentially moving some people. So tough to say. Appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you all later tonight. I'm sure we'll have some breaking news. Thank you very much. You guys absolutely rock.
Brees Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Brees. He's Brees.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Brees Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a hell.
Hi. What would you like? Footballs, please. Lots of footballs, please. Coming up.
He's Marvin, he's 11 feet tall, and he loves to consume the football. He's Kyler, he's 4 feet tall, but Star and Marvin will answer the call. They're Kyler and Marvin.
See you all later. Appreciate you. See you tonight. Live whenever big news breaks. See you later, Silver Rapture, Peanut Butter, Sean, Ken, OEG, Blackbeard, appreciate you. All my mods, appreciate you. Travis, appreciate you. Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, The Bolt, Dynasty Mod, appreciate you all. See you tonight.